Today I'm gonna talk about slavery, which is to me when you force someone to do your own work without paying them. And it all started in the 1800s when the cotton industry took place. They were shipping colored people from Africa to the US so the blacks could work on the cotton farms because the whites didn't want to get dirty. But then the international slave trade got prohibited and they were not longer allowed to ship slaves from the Africa. But then they had internal slave trade which kept going, so they just traded slaves in the US. And if we should compare this to Sweden, Sweden did have slavery. The Vikings had slaves before, but then in the 1300 it ended and you just had slaves because it was like a welfare symbol for rich people. You had this slave just to show others that you were rich and you had enough money to own a slave. But Sweden was also involved in the Atlantic slave trades, which was 34,941 slave trades, but Sweden did only 15 of them, so you can't really say that Sweden was so much into slave trades. And I think that slave trades is not good because these people's work without getting paid, and I don't think it's right to own a human and make their decisions. You force them to work, and that's not nice. And I think everyone should be free and decide what to do in their lives. So, Hugo, what's your thoughts about slavery?
I agree with you. Slavery is wrong and it should not be allowed.
That's true. And Emil,
Yes.
why do you think the Swedes didn't like the slave trade as much as the people in the United States?
Because we are a little bit smarter than them, I think.
Yes.
They are a little bit after in the time when it's come to slavery and guns and all that,
Yes.
I think. I'm going to talk about the Central Park in New York City. Central Park is a really big park in the middle of the town in New York. It is like a lagoon with a lot of like a wood, and they have I think they have 6 lakes, small lakes in this park. They was starting to build this park year 1857 between the street 59 and 109. When they have built it done year 1873, and there was a guy who drew how he want this park to look like. In the beginning, this park wasn't in the middle of the town, it was in the north part of New York, so it wasn't like a lagoon like who it's now. Every year it's 37 million visitors around the year. If you will fish in Central Park, they have really strict rules. Only catch and release, and if you are going to handle the fish, you need to wet your hands and all, you know.
Yes.
Yes. I think Central Park is really good for like a big city like New York, because after work you can go to a park and relax and just take a picnic or something. Christopher, do you think it would be nice to go to a park after school if you're living in a so big city like New York City?
Oh yeah, I think that nice with the trees and lakes and
Yes.
relax. I'm gonna talk about Halloween. It started in Ireland and it's celebrating at the October the 31, and it's a goodbye to summer. And compared to our culture, it is that the kids have costumes as we have, and trick and treat with candy and so on. And but that's who's different is that they make a bigger thing about it than we do. Celebrate with their families, eat food, and so on. That's similar that we also celebrate Halloween, the October the 31, and we have all the activities that they have, and it seems that we have much the same, and I like it, and it seems interesting because we have this holiday as well, and it seems very nice. Are you agree or disagree with me, Felix, that Halloween is a great holiday?
I think I must disagree with that because for me it is just kids running around in the city and begging for candy. It's not fun. You just get you get mad on them because they're stealing your candy. That's not nice.
But you can
Okay.
do the same and trick them.
Yeah, but I think people get they will think I'm like sick or something if a 16-year-old boy runs around in the city dressed like a ghost or a
Yeah,
vampire.
that's
I think
true.
it's nice because I am the annoying kid who wants all the candy.
Yes, you can get free candy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
nice.
I'm gonna talk about the movie Bowling for Columbine. The movie was made by Michael Moore, and his opinion to do that movie was to show the people how the American thought about guns. And yeah, he asked all the people around the country what they thought about guns, because America has a very high number of people that get killed by guns per year if you compare to Sweden or Canada or any other country at all. And everybody blame it on the violent history. And the USA is not the only country with violent history. Like Germany has a very violent history too. And they also blame it on video games. But other countries also have the same video games. And they also blame it on the music, which other countries also have. So they just blame it on things they think USA only have, but they are wrong because every country has the same thing that they have. And I think it is because the news always come with bad news, so you get scared, and they also have so easy to get guns. So a scared man with a gun is not always a good thing. And if you're gonna compare it to Canada, which also has a lot of guns in the country, but they are not scared, so they don't use the guns to anything else than hunting, because like they don't lock the door when they go out for a cup of coffee or something with their friends. They keep it unlocked. They don't do that in the United States. And what is your opinion about that, Emil?
I think guns and all that in the house is really wrong because you can use it, you can take it when you want to and just go out, and your kids can take it and all that.
Yes. Somebody else have something to say?
Yeah, but Olle, should you have a gun in your house if you want? If you can.
Well, I should be able to have it, but you have to have some strict laws, like in Sweden. You have to have take a course or something to be able to have a gun, and only use it to hunting, and have it in a locker, like it is in Sweden.
Hello, today I'm gonna talk about Bowling for Columbine. It's a movie made by Michael Moore. In the movie, he wants to show the world what American thinks about weapons, and drives around in a country filming other people and interview them by what they think about weapons and why they have them. And I have learned that USA and Sweden have a different culture because of the weapon law. Because in Sweden there are less killings with weapons than there is in USA. Because USA are on the top list of countries owning a gun in their house, and having 88 of 100 people who have weapons, and they're on the top list by people murdering each other with weapons. Also, if you compare the United States with Sweden, Sweden is way more friendly than the USA, and their weapon killing is double as much as Sweden. My opinion is that Americans also are more aggressive and feel safe by having a weapon nearby or under a pillow while they're sleeping. And I dislike the idea with Americans owning a weapon if they cannot handle it without killing each other and injuring someone who can be your family. What do you think, guys? What are your opinions in this?
Yeah, I also think that USA should be stricter with their weapon laws, because it is not good when a 6-year-old kid can take a gun from his uncle and kill a girl in his school. So I don't think that's good.
Yeah.
That's not how...
That's wrong.
Yeah, that's totally wrong. That's not how it should look in the cities.
Do you agree, Olle?
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Totally.